The Gators will put total leather and will get started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Tigers offense will get the first crack at it here. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Off the play fake. Here he goes breaking the pocket. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
It's so nice to be an offense on second down in short yardage situations. Why? I can take shots. If I want to, I can just act like I'm going to run and try to get the first down, take a deep shot down the field. I can run the football. The whole playbook is open to my disposal.
Guys, let's chat a little big picture Auburn. They got a boost from their high school recruiting ranks, setting the table for the future, getting a verbal commitment from a four-star linebacker.
Yeah, it's huge for this defense, not only because of his physical traits. This guy can run, he can cover, he can blitz the passer.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. Gator fans love to see their teams light up the scoreboard, but they'll take the defense bringing the heat too.
And I think that was a staple, Reese. Back in the day, you had great offenses for Florida, but the teams that really had the most success and that reached the highest mountaintops, they had great defense to go with it. This defense playing well.
Auburn sends out the punting unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. Locked those heels at the 10 and didn't go backwards. He makes the fair catch there. The Gators offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming to this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
The quick out. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch. The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Let's take a second to look at the big picture for Florida. They got a huge boost to their defensive front in recruiting last week. 5-star backer, verbal commitment, some future help in the form of this guy, David. He's got some space. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him, second guy finally did. And the Gators back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got to
gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. So the old lineman got a little too far downfield. It wipes out the touchdown, and they'll back it up 5. The Gators need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on third down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And out of bounds right at the 12-yard line. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. No good. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Rides the back on the option to give. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Makes the grab. It's Robinson. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive.
I love early in a game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
He's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense gets big-time penetration. The kick is on its way. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Dropping back, it's Madsen. Got it in the middle, it's Buckley. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They'll knock him down behind the line, and that's how we'll end this quarter. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Gators line up to punt it away. Sends his first one of the day on the way, and we didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. He wastes no time and comes out throwing quickly to the tight end. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. They're setting up the screen. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. He knew he was going to have to pay the price, and he did, but the reward is the first down.
Yep, and he hung in there just long enough. I think he did a really good job hanging there, finds the running back. And listen, when you choose to blitz, now you got to tackle my guy in space. Running back does a great job getting the first.
Oh, a lot of space. And he cruises his way to the house.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Big Ten action right now, and wait till you see how things are playing out in this one, fellas. Penn State has the lead right now inside Beaver Stadium, but Happy Valley is a tense place right now. This is a tight game. They're up by 7 over Purdue. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Buying some time. He'll try to do it himself. And he scurries out of bounds and wisely avoids taking the big hit. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking downfield, it's Madsen. Fires left. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. They just keep firing. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Trying to set up the screen. Turning it on. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of him.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
The throw. The sure hands. It's Buckley. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Takes a hit as he fires. Into the house. Touchdown, Florida! Extra point here will tie the game. They get the score and maybe a little extra time with the trainers in recovery after the game as a result of that hit.
He's going to be taking an ice bath after this game. This is a physical defense, and this quarterback knew coming into this game that he was going to have to make plays like that. He knew he was going to get hit. He knew he was going to get punished, but you're just seeing so much maturity. So impressive watching this quarterback play from the pocket.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll move the wide receiver. On the move. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. This crowd on hand trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on 3rd down. He He's looking downfield to throw. He lost it high and deep down the left side.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now... some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
On the ground, it's Robinson. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line.
Breaks into the open. Powers through. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. The Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They'll try the run. Plows through the defense. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. They'll immediately call timeout.
I think one of the keys of this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They're a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down at...
A shot toward the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. He's got it. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. They want to throw it. Unleashes to the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Looking for the goal line. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Well, short completion setting up third down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
Trying to barge their way in. Touchdown, Tigers. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
These close games a lot of times come down to who executes late in the ball game. That was a late game situation. Nice execution, and now they got the lead going into the half, and they have all the momentum.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking to throw, it's Madsen. Flushed out of the pocket. Now he's going to send this one deep to the right. It's caught, and what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. First and 10 from the 50. Looking to throw on first down. Going to take a shot. Wide open. He makes the catch.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking downfield on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted.
Defensive backs have tough jobs. You think about whether you play nickel, whether you play dime, whatever it is, you put more DBs on the field. It's more speed. It's more guys that can cover, but they also got to cover that ground. But to cover the ground and make the pick, a lot of times you don't see that. Superb effort by that guy.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And after the loss on that last one, an all-important second down play from the 12. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half.
Coming out with it, it's Hawkins. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the 3rd. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
Defensively, you'll take the slow down. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run the guys, and get him on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Looking to pass. It's Madsen. Fires to the middle. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. And the Gators are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Only made the pick, but he also made up some ground and took it back to the 38. This offense has it with really good field position. Power football with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat. You're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But they had a great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
He's going for the big play. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal. The huge explosive play put them right on the doorstep, and now they've got to punch it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Gator! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
So here comes the Auburn offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They could make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Wants to go up top on first down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Middle linebackers, they're middle linebackers because they're right in the middle of the defense. You put guys that have a nose for the football because they literally line up over the football every single time. They play the run well, and look at this. How about this? Rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, getting the big sack.
Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. Here's the pressure. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. He's got it. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. First play of the drive comes from the 41. Looking for space, it's Buckley. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. 4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab past the marker. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. The Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Quick completion on the out. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give him a first down. New set of downs after the completion. To the air on first down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
Wants to throw again. Makes the grab. It's Brown. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to buy time. Fires downfield. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. It's good. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, every game in the Big Ten so very critical. How about this one today? A lot of we ares inside that stadium today. Penn State is running away with things, and that offense looks unstoppable. They're up by 25 over Purdue. Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Now they'll run it to the right here. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
We've reached a break. It's Florida with the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Auburn sends out the punting unit. Makes the catch and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. From the gun, the running back has it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
All right, so I know the defense is going to be aggressive, right? They got their stop. They forced a 3rd down. How aggressive does the offense want to be in response? Because if I throw the football, get a 1st down, I can run this clock almost out. This defense has to make a choice, but this offense, how aggressive do you want to be?
third down play from the gun. Might be looking to run. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
Well, the quarterback and his intended target just simply didn't have the timing there. The ball falls incomplete on third, now setting up fourth down.
The Gators will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got it in the middle, it's Simmons. This is the kind of run that falls in the category of sanctioned violence as he's up to the 31. And the Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Gives it on the option. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Grabbed over the middle. It's Jackson. We've seen this from this sophomore. So dangerous after he makes the grab. They build their attack around those big plays, and they got one to give them a 1st and 10 in the red zone at the 18. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. And the Gators are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. He might want another play. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Splits the uprights right down the middle. That pushes the lead to 6 at 20-14.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Finds his tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Rush is on him. Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious, time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense having their way.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
This defense has taken the game over. They're winning the game in large part because of how dominant they've been up front, how good their pass rush has been.
Deep into the 4th quarter of this game, down by 6. They'll have to go for it on 4th down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. They got him for the sack, and now get the ball back after the 4th down stop. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. They'll run the toss. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. with the run on 1st and goal. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back.
False start offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? They'll go to the ground. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the 4th quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Wants to throw on 1st down. With the catch, it's Brown. Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling. Looking to throw on 1st down. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Got his man downfield. Still on his feet. Give him 6 and give them a chance with the late touchdown. Still alive in this one.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown, and you've made this a 1-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Gators enter the final minute trying to drain the clock. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Try to get it to the edge. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that's exactly what I want from my offense. Like, listen, they're out of timeouts. I want this clock to tick. Now, we have seen some college coaches across college football continue to run the football and also give up the football and give a gift to the other team. This one's over if I just take a knee.
Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. So here comes the field goal unit once again. They've already kicked 3 tonight. And they get the icing on the cake, and that might make for some long memories after this one. How much fun was that? mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit. They earned this one.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.